Hi guys, 10 days is over from the date of results. I think it is time for you to bounce back. You can't keep dwelling in the past. There are still students who are thinking, because of these reasons, I did not get the marks. Because of MCQ, I did not get the marks. But this is not the time to think about the past, guys. This is the time to plan for the future. You have hardly 2 months in hand. You need to make best use of this 2 months. So, listen here, guys. Whatever is done is done. Whatever is gone. But the most important thing is, for some reason, you are not able to make it in the September attempt. Now, if you are going to follow the same study pattern, that is for September, you have attended your classes and you have studied in your house between your four walls. If you are going to do the same thing for Jan exams also, then you should not be expecting a different result. Remember, the same preparation is going to give you the same result only. So, you need to do something different. Listen here, guys. There are three things. One is going to class or not going to class, whether you're studying by yourself, no problem. First thing is to understand the concept. The second thing is to retain the concept. You will be able to retain the concept only if you are in touch with the subject. The more and more you study the same thing again and again, you are going to have that retaining capacity. For each person, it is different. Some people, they will be like Chitti Robo. They can just scan and they'll remember everything in one go itself. But people like me and all, I need my own time, 3 to 4 times. Only if I study the same thing, I will be able to remember the points. So you know where you stand. You know how many times you have to do the revision for you to remember the points. So first thing is understanding the concepts. Second one is having the retaining capacity. And third one is the most important one. If you retain it and keep it with yourself, no use. You need to put pen to paper properly. For all the practical subjects, you need to have those steps properly. Step marks is there. For the theory subjects, the keywords needs to be there, and for this you need the practice. And for all of you who thought like exam paper was set for 3 hours, ma'am, but if I had that 20 minutes extra, 30 minutes extra, I would have definitely passed. You also need to have the practice of writing the exam. A small flashback to your 12th standards. You all have written your board exams, right? Did you go for classes, just study and directly go to the exam hall and write the board exams? Definitely not. You would have written so many practice exams before your actual board exams. You would have written cycle test, unit test, quarterly, half yearly, and then one big giant called as pre-board exam, which is like a mock of the board exams. Only after all these practice tests, you will go and attend your final examination, and that's why you did not have the fear of passing or failing in your board exams. Other fears will be there, above 90, above 95, those fears, inevitable, you can't do anything. But fear of passing or failing, you will never have in your board exams because you have practiced so many times. The same way, you need to not have the fear of passing or failing when you go for your Jan 25 examinations, and for that, you need to practice. Listen here, guys. We have something called as Dira tests, where you will be able to practice as many tests as possible. Do all the mistakes here and then go clean for the examinations. In Dira test, you will be doing 3 revisions before you go for the final exam. Don't think, ma'am, only 2 months is there, only 45 days is there. It is possible to do 3 revisions, especially if you are writing only a one group. How, ma'am, am I going to do these 3 revisions? Dira test is split into three. You're going to do the 25 percentage test, 50 percentage test, and 100 percentage mock test. This is very, very similar to your 12th board exams. You would have done quarterly, half yearly, and then your pre-boards, right? The quarterly is nothing but the 25 percentage test. Half yearly, nothing but the 50 percentage test, and the pre-board is nothing but the 100 percentage mock test. We have just tried to replicate whatever you did in your 12th board exams. So this is what you will be doing if you are writing single group. Yes, this is definitely possible. If you are doing both the groups, this is possible and 100 percentage is possible. 50 percentage, if you have the time for it, you can do. Otherwise, ma'am, this subject is very difficult, this portions is very difficult, if you feel that way, only for that portions you will be able to take the 50 percentage test also. Now let me just tell you the timeline as to when you will be doing the 25 percentage, when you have to finish the 50 percentage, and when you have to finish the 100 percentage test. 25 percentage test means every subject is split into 4, and each of the portions you will be writing for 50 marks in 1.5 hours. But you need the practice of writing for 3 hours. We already spoke about why practicing for the entire 3 hours, having that speed, a consistent speed for the 3 hours is extremely important. So you will be combining two subjects together. For example, accounts 25 percentage plus law 25 percentage. For 50 plus 50 marks, you will be writing for 100 marks. So combination of two subjects always. This is also important when you are studying, because as much as possible try to combine a theory and a practical paper. When you combine a theory and a practical paper and write the test, you will be studying also the same way, right? So when you are studying, say, a theory subject from morning till night, day after day, is that going to be effective? Definitely not. In 3 hours itself, you will be falling asleep. But if you are going to combine a practical subject with a theory subject, then that is going to be effective. So I request you all every single day to study two subjects, not one, not three, just two subjects, one theory, one practical. Not necessary that you have to split the day into 50-50. According to your wish, it can be 60-40, it can be 75-25, according to your wish only. So like I told you, a combination of two subjects is going to happen in the 25 percentage test, and you will be writing 6 tests in the 25 percentage test. These 6 tests you will be writing weekly 2 tests, so it's going to take 3 weeks. So even if you start on November 15th, you should be finishing by December 6th itself. So your first revision is getting over in the first week of December, and after that comes the second revision around December 10th also, with buffer and all. Even if December 10th, if you start the second revision, you will be done with the second revision in December end. Then comes the mock test, which is like the pre-board, which will be conducted like ICA itself. Every alternate day you will be doing. So if you are doing single group, this will be the timelines. If you are doing both groups, then till December 20th or something, you will be doing the 25 percentage test. After the 10 days for the 50 percentage test. After that, usually Jan first week or something, you will be doing the mock test. This is how it is, guys. 3 revisions, mandatory, minimum 2 revisions you have to do. Please don't do the mistakes that you did for the September exams. Please don't keep studying inside the 4 walls all by yourself, and the first test itself you are going and writing your exam. Please don't do the same mistake as you did for September exams. All the very best, guys. If you want any support from our side, we are always there. Put in the comments if you want any kind of support. I am also putting the description box about the DIRA test and the link for the same. All the very best, guys. Thank you.